It's my judgment that I was fired because of the Russia investigation.
The president likewise never pressured Mr. Comey.
Bombshell testimony in the Russia investigation. Fired FBI Director James Comey blasts President Trump, and the president's personal attorney fires back. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Yuki Washington.
And I'm Jessica Dina, seen live here on CBS 3. James Comey testified before Congress about his conversations with President Trump, his firing, and the Russia investigation.
Natasha Brown is in our satellite center with the details on what was said today. Natasha?
Well, explosive testimony today. Fired FBI Director Jim Comey seemed unflinching and very candid in his recollection of several meetings and conversations he had with President Trump, sharing meticulous detail during a more than 2.5-hour hearing with the Senate Intelligence Committee.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth?
Fired FBI Director James Comey took an oath before the Senate Intelligence Committee, then testified he was confused about why he lost his job.
The administration then chose to defame me and, more importantly, the FBI by saying that the organization was in disarray, that it was poorly led, that the workforce had lost confidence in its leader. Those were lies. Plain and simple.
Lawmakers had lots of questions about the one-on-one meeting where the president wanted to discuss fired National Security Advisor Mike Flynn.
I hope you can let this go. Now, those are his exact words. Is that correct?
Correct.
You may have taken it as a direction, but that's not what he said.
Correct. That's why
he said, I hope.
Those are exact words. Okay. Correct.
Several Republicans say they do not see evidence of wrongdoing on the part of the president, but Democrats say there is a cloud of suspicion over the president's conduct.
The president was asked whether he had urged you to shut down the investigation into Michael Flynn. The president responded, quote, no. Next question. Is that an accurate statement?
I don't believe it is.
The president watched part of the hearing with his personal attorney.
The president never, in form or substance, directed or suggested that Mr. Comey stop investigating anyone.
Comey confirmed to lawmakers he told President Trump 3 times he was not personally being investigated. Well, senators from the committee met with Comey in a closed-door session after the public hearing to discuss classified information. Meantime, coming up on Eyewitness News at 6 o'clock tonight, you're going to hear more from President Trump's personal attorney and about why he feels the president has now been vindicated by the Comey testimony. That's the very latest for now. We're live in the SAT Center. Natasha Brown, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Natasha, thank you.